What's up, guys? This is Endgamer, and I'm here with another video. Not about not about Smash Bros, but I'm here to talk about the new Warner Brothers fighting game that has been all over the internet lately, called Multiversal. So it hasn't been officially revealed, but if you've been keeping up with the game, you'll know that a lot of leaks have come out. Hungry Bucks has been doing a lot with the leaks, showing off some of the leaks and actually getting some of the videos taken down, which I would consider a hard confirm that the game does actually exist. But in this video, we are going to talk about, I guess, the roster of the characters, the characters who have been leaked, other characters I want to see, all of that stuff. So let's get started with the characters that have already been leaked. Just going down the list that I have, we have Steven Universe from Steven Universe. We have Batman, Harley Quinn, Superman, and Wonder Woman from the DC Universe. I think all four of those are really good picks. I mean, as we get into the characters I want to see, I do have one or two more DC characters that I'd like to see, but we'll get to that. The next characters are from Cartoon Network, along with Steven Universe. We have Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. Finn and Jake from Adventure Time, they're, from what it looks like, they are separate characters on the roster, which is pretty cool. I would imagine normally Finn and Jake would work together as sort of like an ice climbers type thing, but I guess not. The next character, and Shaggy, um, if you've been following the leaks, supposedly this whole game was made because of Ultra Instinct Shaggy, the meme from forever ago. So obviously they'd have to put Shaggy in this. The next character is Bugs Bunny. Obviously, the Looney Tunes is like one of Warner Brothers' biggest properties. So why wouldn't you put Bugs Bunny in, or at least any of the Looney Tunes? The next character, probably the one that I'm most excited to play with, Rick Sanchez. Rick and Morty is a great show, and it's kind of surprising that Rick Sanchez is in the same fighting game roster as like Bugs Bunny and Shaggy, but you know, it's all about crossovers. And Rick Sanchez, when he got announced, I was already signed up for the game. And then there is this weird animal character, this weird green furry character. He'll most likely be on the screen, but we don't have an official name for him. He is a new character because nobody knows who he is. For right now, if I refer to him again, I'm just going to call him Joe. So his name will be Joe for now. And then the final character that was on the roster leak for the game is Tom and Jerry working as a duo character, kind of like the Ice Climbers, I guess. Or it kind of looks like Jerry is on top of Tom. So that'll be interesting to see the two of them working together off of so many years of the two of them trying to kill each other. But we'll see how that turns out. So this next group of characters are characters that through my research I found their names mentioned from time to time that they'll be on the roster. The characters that I just talked about were actually shown on the roster, but this set of characters are not on the roster, but they're still rumored to be playable. In the first, Fred Flintstone, he's from the Flintstones. Pretty popular cartoon. Pretty sure he's crossed over with Scooby Doo a couple times. So it makes sense that an iconic character like that would be in a Warner Brothers fighting game. let's move on to the next one, and that is Mad Max. Now, I know there's two versions of Mad Max in the movies. There is the one from 1979 where Mel Gibson played Mad Max, and there's the more recent one from 2015 where Tom Hardy played Mad Max, the guy who plays Venom. So that's pretty cool. So I don't know which version we'd see. Mad Max is a character that his artwork hasn't been leaked yet, or at least I haven't seen it. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see, which character we are gonna get or which design. Maybe we'll get a sort of alternate skin. Maybe it will start off as the Tom Hardy version and you have an alternate skin based on the Mel Gibson version. Only time will tell about that. The next character is Johnny Bravo from Cartoon Network. Johnny Bravo is a very interesting character, to say the least. It's definitely a weird pick, I'd say. Or I guess not a weird pick. This whole game, pretty much half of the roster is a weird pick. Johnny Bravo has been in a platform fighter before with Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion. I don't know if they're gonna draw from that game at all. I hope not, because that game was bad. But it seems like there will be a good amount of Cartoon Network characters that do make it into the roster. It seems like maybe DC and Cartoon Network will most likely be the biggest franchises represented, which will be pretty cool if you're a fan of Cartoon Network or DC. I mean, most people are a fan of either one of them. So, the next character we have is Garnet from Steven Universe. Now, when I read this, I thought it was kind of weird that Steven Universe was getting a second rep. I don't have anything against the show. I think it's a great show, but I feel like some other Cartoon Network characters or some other Cartoon Network shows deserve at least one rep before they start giving out two. And I'll get into that, as I get to the characters that I want to see in the game. But I don't know. I just feel like Garnet would be a kind of weird choice, I guess, not being a main character from the show and getting into the game. I don't know. What do you guys think about Garnet? Maybe I've just secretly not liked Garnet this whole time and it's finally coming out. I don't know. We'll see. The next character that we have is Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. So I'll be honest, I don't know anything about Game of Thrones, but it is interesting that we are getting a mix of live action properties and animated properties. It'll be pretty weird seeing some live action characters translated into the, I guess, animated style that the game appears to have. I'm excited to learn more about her when the game is actually, like, officially announced. The next character on the list is a personal favorite of mine. One of my favorite kid shows growing up. It's Ben 10. Now, I could sit here talking about Ben 10 all day, but I think it's awesome that Ben 10's gonna get a spot. Hopefully, this leak is true about him getting a spot. He is one of my most requested characters for this game. I think his moveset could be awesome. He has so many different alien transformations that could definitely help him out in a fight. I don't know which version they would use of him, whether they would use the Ben 10 from the original series when he was a kid, or they're gonna use Alien Force or Ultimate Alien, Omniverse. Maybe they will use the reboot version of Ben 10. I hope they don't, but I could see that. I could definitely see it as a possibility of them doing that. In my opinion, I personally want to see the Omniverse version of Ben 10. I feel like that's when he's at his strongest, when he has that type of watch, and he could just have a multitude of he would have a bunch of different aliens to transform into. Maybe transform into forearms for his grab, or Diamond Head for projectiles, Stinkfly for his recovery, or Spider Monkey. All characters like that. The next character that I've seen, I think this is the weirdest one. It seems like LeBron James, from his appearance in Space Jam, will be getting a playable spot in the game, which is very, very strange. You know, when you think of a fighting game, you don't really think about putting LeBron James into a fighting game. That'd be like putting Tom Brady into Mortal Kombat. It just doesn't really sit right with you. But, you know, I understand it. Warner Brothers, they want to, it'd be big for LeBron James and Warner Brothers to have that type of contract. Or it'd be big for both companies to put LeBron into a fighting game with all of these big name characters, even though he was pretty much already in something like that with Space Jam 2. And it'd be big for Warner Brothers because it would drag in the sports fans to buy this game just so then they can play as LeBron James and not a basketball game. It's really weird saying that LeBron James will be in a fighting game with Rick Sanchez and Batman. So it's pretty interesting. From the leaks that have happened so far, it seems like this game is going crazy on the character selection. You know, what characters are actually being picked for the roster. I can't wait to see the full roster when it's fully out. I know they're talking about DLC. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that LeBron James was going to be the first DLC character. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true any of the leaked characters are. As I'm going through the leaked characters, the characters that weren't actually confirmed from the roster, take it with a grain of salt because, you know, it could just be someone who's good at faking leaks, or it could be a legitimate source. I'm saying some of these characters are more likely than others, or actually get a spot into the game. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Uh, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get a conversation going in the comments. You know, who do you want to see in the roster? Maybe I'll make a part 2 to this video talking about who I want to see. And maybe if I get enough comments, I will throw in characters that you guys want to see. But that's it. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.